play one more song and then I'll get going. I just got up. I took a nap before the live. I was kind of tired, so I took a nap. I washed my face, and I'm ready to go. Hope everybody's doing well. Good to see everybody, from Kelly to everybody. No, I did DQ. I got ice cream at home, but good seeing everybody. And I'll play one more song, and then I'll get going. Francisca, DP, good seeing everybody. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry. But it's greatly appreciated. David the Watchman, thanks to my mods. You do a great job. Shira, good seeing everybody. Kelly, good seeing you. Carol.
Thought that the world is kind of lost
DJ,
its way.
good seeing you.
Crazy as it seems, I know it's gonna be okay.
Debbie, Denise,
it doesn't scare me.
God bless, Carol. Greatly appreciate it. Christina, greatly appreciate it.
Forever, and it won't be long, 'cause we know our hope is on the way. The way. So keep your head up. Jesus is coming back.
DJ, you're greatly appreciated, brother. Andy, good seeing you.
Oh yeah, he's coming for us, just like he told us. It's been a long way, but there's a new day.
Diane.
I'm gonna sing hallelujah when the King arrives. Oh, you know you gotta keep your head up. Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. Don't you give up. We don't know, 'cause Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. And when the world gets complicated, I'm gonna keep on celebrating.
Yeah, good seeing you.
Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. Ooh, yeah. Are you ready? Are you
Erica,
ready?
good seeing you.
People get ready.
Angela.
People get ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? People get ready. People get ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? People get ready. Yeah, let's get ready.
Love, Loves, good seeing you.
Oh, it's coming back. Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. Don't you give up. Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. And when the world gets complicated, I'm gonna keep on celebrating. 'Cause we know Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. Are you ready now? Are you ready now? Yeah. We just wanna celebrate it. Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. So keep your head up. Jesus is coming back. Jesus is
Diane
coming
Knight,
back.
good seeing you. True Seeker, good seeing you. Vicky, good seeing you. KT. Jason, good seeing you. Praying for your brother. You're a hardworking man. Good seeing you, brother. Good seeing everybody. I'll get ready. I'll get going. These are my two Bible verses. They're both in Luke 21. The earthquakes that have been happening in California and all on the East Coast are in diverse places, and it also says fearful signs and great signs from the heavens. These are solar flares. These are the auroras that the solar flares make. This is what's going on right now, the event that's going on right now. The great sign, earthquakes, which are caused by the solar flares. I don't know about you, but I'm not supposed to have any rain for the next week or so, week to 10 days. It's already been about 4 days, 3 days, and I haven't got any rain. It's supposed to be like that for the next week. So right here, these are my Bible verses. This is one of them. My other Bible verse is this right here. There shall be signs in the sun, which are going on right here, the moon, the stars, and the earth, the distress of nations, perplexity, waves and sea roaring. Waves and sea roaring in the next 7 days. In the next 7 days, we're going to have 6 to 7. We just had one hurricane coming. We had one hurricane coming towards us, but we have about 6 or 7 coming right now towards the United States. In the next week or so, they'll be heading towards the United States. So all this stuff is going on right now. Jesus also said in Luke 12, he said, when the wind blows from the south, it will be warm, and from the north, I'm paraphrasing, it will be cold, but you cannot discern this time. He was talking about the people that weren't watching for him. They can tell when the weather's getting warmer or when it's getting colder, but you cannot discern this time. I'm just paraphrasing. That's in Luke 12. Now, I'm going to bring you some things. This is what's going on right now. I'm going to go over it, but there is one thing I'm going to talk about that probably most people don't know, and that's why I'm mentioning it. The Carrington event, which happened in 1859, the Carrington event, solar flare that took out power, it peaked over 2 days. September 1st and September 2nd. It peaked over 2 days. The last day, which was the second going into the third, is when the power went out, telegraph stations, the electrical event, the Carrington event. The duration was over 6 days. So from August 28th to September 3rd, the night of September 2nd, going into the 3rd, is the duration. So in other words, these signs from the heavens, as it talks about in Luke 21, it says distress, earthquakes, it says distress of nations, perplexity, seas roaring, the signs, there shall be signs. This is just information for you. It was over roughly a 6 day period. It was over about a 6 day period. So tomorrow is going to be the peak. So in other words, these solar flares were bursting off for 6 days straight, and then the main event happened on the 2nd. So we could see this. That's all I'm saying. We could see this. And it took out the power, and this is what happened. So this is just for your information. For your information also, these solar flares that are hitting us right now, they'll be back around. They'll be back starting again. These same solar flares which there are many on the sun. They'll be back around October. They'll be back around October, right around the 5th, right around in that area. I'm just giving you that for your information. Now, this is what happens Thursday and Friday tonight. 17 states will likely see northern lights Thursday and Friday. That's what they're saying, Thursday and Friday. The heaviest ones are today and tomorrow, the heaviest ones. So we should see big earthquakes tomorrow also. Right here, strong auroras. As you can see, this was sent to me by Michael. Right here, you can see right here, the 12th and the 13th. Tomorrow, they've got a graph here. The highest is tomorrow, K index 6 tomorrow, which is coming up. So today and tomorrow, we should see big earthquakes tomorrow. And as far as 7 days from now, which Watchman said 7 days, around next week, Tuesday, there's going to be another event next week, Tuesday, and I will go over that. So this is just information for you. This is just information from you. Now, I'm going to get over a couple other things first. So I'm going to go over a couple other things. Things are heating up. Good seeing you, Laloya Rivera. Good seeing you. I'm sorry about pronouncing your name wrong. Rivera, good seeing you. Alpha Omega, good seeing everybody. So this was I showed in my pre-video. Putin just warned NATO entering direct war. Things are heating up very fast. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. Most people know that. This I want to bring up because actually, Lisa, this just came out about 2 hours ago, but Lisa sent this to me. Lisa sent this to me about 5 hours ago. So Lisa was on the ball with this. She was ahead of everybody, like usual. And Lisa sent me this. This is happening in New York right now. They're taking over. As I said, this is all planned chaos, order out of chaos. These they have people in New York. They're calling them immigrants, but they are putting over the card holders. They're getting so you can't use your card. They're causing disruption on banks. Just not playing no sound for some reason. But like I said, Lisa sent me this like 5-6 hours ago, and then all of a sudden this came out, which he's reporting it also.
Foreign gangs take over and attack multiple different banks inside of New York City right now. This is currently happening on Thursday night, and this foreign gang has even posted this on their social media to let everyone know that they're the ones that are attacking these banks in the middle of Manhattan, in the middle of New York City right now on a Thursday night. They are attacking these banks and shutting them down. They are shutting down the ATMs and shutting down the locks as well, so nobody can get in or out. So this is a big situation and a major security breach for New York City, and they're openly posting about it and bragging about it. So let's get into the details here really quick, guys. It's on post Unity of Field, but this group is bragging about that.
So This is exactly what Lisa sent me. She sent me the video, and then this, like I said, Lisa saw it, so did he, and then he made a video about it. But it's right here. Lisa sent it to me hours ago. As I said, Lisa, Carol, Gina, and everybody's all over it, right on the money. And they sent it to me. Right here it is, right here. This is what she's talking about. He's talking about. They're causing disruption, and that's exactly what he's talking about right here. So, to the banking systems. So, want to go over that. This is about the Carrington event. As I said, everybody's talking about an EMP. Everybody's talking about EMP from Russia. It actually could be from the heavens, and they're going to call it. They're going to call it like in the knowing that Russia did it, but actually it could be from God in the heavens.
Modern world. In 1859, the Carrington event unleashed a colossal solar storm unlike anything seen before. This eruption of solar energy sent a massive coronal mass ejection hurtling towards Earth. As it collided with our planet's magnetic field, the skies erupted in brilliant auroras, visible as far south as Cuba. Telegraph systems sparked and failed, plunging communications into chaos. Some operators reported electric shocks, while others witnessed their machines ignite. This extraordinary event revealed the vulnerability of Earth's technology to solar activity, a reality we still grapple with today. Imagine the impact if such a storm struck now. What if a storm from the sun could disrupt our modern world? In 1859, the Carrington event unleashed a colossal...
So, as I said, this could happen, but we would probably see it for days. As the Bible says, it would probably be more like a warning. This would be great signs to get people to wake up before judgment happens. This could happen from God, and they're going to say Russia did it. But as I said, signs and wonders. This could be from the heavens. Here's another article on it, which, as I said, I went over it.
History peaking on the 1st and 2nd of September 1859 created strong auroral displays. If that would happen now, I mean, it could really put down the electric grid. That would take a couple of years, perhaps even to restore. But we now know that there have been events.
Carrington event, you said?
There it is right there. Was the most intense geomagnetic storm in recorded history, peaking on the 1st and 2nd of September 1859. Created strong auroral displays. If that would happen now, I mean, it could really put down the electric grid. That would take a couple of years.
So, as I said, this could be God's way of waking people up, and it would be over days. It would be over days, and that's kind of what the Bible says in Luke 21. It says there'll be signs and wonders, perplexity, people in perplexity. Got a couple other things. Most people might know this. Maybe you don't. 2 Russian military aircraft detected off Alaska, NORAD said. This was yesterday. I think either Carol sent me this. Thank you, Carol, or Gina. That's one thing. I'm going to go over this because this is exactly what's happening right now, and she'll talk about it. I got a lot of stuff to go over.
Solar storms on their way to Earth with a fast wind chaser. And some big regions are rotating into Earth view, and they've already shown that they are big solar storm and big flare producers. Those stories and more in the news this week. Space weather this week picks.
Look at all of them. I have never seen so many solar flares, solar storms. You can call them whatever you want. Look at all of them. There's a lot. I have never seen so many. There is a lot. They're increasing. Just as in a birth, the pains upon a woman in travail, the pains. There's two events. There's the pains, the birth pains, the pangs to be delivered, pains, and then there's the water event. There's a water event. Both of these are happening right now. The pains upon a woman in a travail, her birth pains. I'm not a woman, but what I'm saying is the birth pains are coming. And as you can see, that's all of them. And I'll show you what I meant about the 7 days from now, which it'll be about September 17th. And I'll show you.
Up in a big way. As we take a look at our Earth-facing disk, look at all the active regions in Earth view. We are saying goodbye to region 3806 and 3807 as they rotate to the sun's far side, but we'll get back to those in a minute because they're making a ruckus on the sun's far side. In actuality, we've been paying close attention to this kind of cluster of active regions here with some filaments that look like they were going to erupt, but thus far, most of the eruptions have been southward. But take a look at region 3821 as it begins to emerge here. There's a filament that lets go. Whoosh, right there. Did you see that? That is an Earth-directed solar storm. In fact, as we take a look at coronagraphs, you can see much of the material here launching to the northeast of Earth, but there's a little bit of something right here. So this is an Earthward-directed solar storm, and we're expecting it to hit us any time now. And on top of all of that, you can see we've got a little bit of activity from these regions here. Region 3814 picks up in a little bit, but let's go back to region 3806. You can see it on the sun's far side begin to kind of get really active right there. That was a big solar eruption, and then you can see a big whoosh that popped right there. Both of these far-sided eruptions have created radiation storms that we're dealing with right now. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but it shows you that we've got some activity that's about to...
This one right here is going to be here in about 7 days. This one right here is going to be here in about 7 days. But these ones right here, they'll be Earth facing around October 4th. So if we're still here in October 4th, if we're still here, they will be back around October 4th. It's about 25 to 26 days, as I have said before, for these to reappear. This region right here on the sun to reappear. That one that she said was huge about the size, this side over here, that's going to be back around about the 2nd. So right here, and I'll let her talk, the one right here that she said was huge. There's other people that show it also that was huge. That's going to be here about the 17th, right around there.
Rotate into Earth view. In fact, the one on the that's just behind the east limb, it fired off back on the 3rd. It fired off a big X-class flare. This is an X2.4 flare, and you can see from the STIX instrument where it was located on the sun at that time. It was rotating almost center disk on the sun's far side. Then,
see, there you go. They're coming around too, as she said. The huge one, as I said, that one right there is going to be here in about 12 days. So 12, well, it's actually half of 25, which is 26. It's about 13 days, 12 days right there, then and there. So we have other ones coming around. This is just information for you.
On the 5th, we had an almost M8 and another X2.4 class flare from the same region. And again, when we take a look at where it was located, well, now it's rotated past center disk on its way to coming back around in Earth view. And then, believe it or not, on the 7th, it fires off an M-class flare and another radiation storm. So we've actually got some big flare players on the sun's far side. This one's about to rotate into Earth view. You can see some activity here. This is from region 3806 that just rotated to the sun's far side. So this far side.
So this was a huge one. This one right here, I said it will be here in about 7 days. As she said, it's rotating in. This is about September 17th, right in there around Tuesday. This one will be around. As most people know, I've been watching this I've been watching this for a long time. So
that is definitely lighting up, and we're expecting to see more. You can see these two regions right here that are going to rotate into Earth view. Meanwhile, we're not done yet with the Earth-directed solar storms. We've got region 3814 lights up a big solar eruption right here. You can hardly see that, but when we take a look at the coronagraphs, this is the stereo coronagraph. Again, much of the material is going kind of north of Earth, but you can see this really faint halo right here. So once again, we have yet another Earth-directed solar storm. This one's going to hit us sometime on the 12th, and so these are going to be back-to-back, and depending upon how closely they hit as a 1-2 punch, we could get some big storming even down to mid-latitudes. Now, switching to our full sun map, we take a look at SDO AIA image.
So this is a good video. So like I said, we should, if like the Carrington event, it bursts for days like this, popping off. And that's exactly what it says in Luke 21 about the sun, perplexity of nations. The knowing, this is what they show in the knowing.
New sunspot emits X flare. Earth-orbiting satellites detected a strong X 1.3 class solar flare today, September 12th at 9:43 a.m.
This is the one I'm talking about right here.
It came from a new and apparently large sunspot emerging over.
This is the one I'm talking about. This one right here, as she was saying, this right here is coming Earth facing, and it's right here. This is the one I'm talking about. Be here in about 7 days, which will be about next week, Tuesday.
The sun's southeastern limb. The sunspot is not facing Earth now, but it will be early next week, potentially targeting our planet with additional strong flares. 2 more CMEs are coming. Active sunspot AR 3814.
So she talked about that. So there's 2 articles. They're showing the same thing. As I said, they'll be coming Earth facing Tuesday. But we'll see what happens. But like I said, this is just information for you. This was sent to me by Lisa also. Thank you, Lisa. This is one thing that we're watching, as most people are. It's about the banking system. Trump is going to announce this on Tuesday. As you can see, Trump just announced a live Twitter space calling on September 16th, which I believe is Monday. September 16th, it's on Monday, that we are leaving the world of big banks behind. We were just talking about the Alphabet Comcast today. Trump just announced on live Twitter space, call on September 16th, that we are leaving the world of big banking behind. Very interesting. So we'll see what happens with this.
Live on Twitter Spaces at 8 p.m. this September 16th for the launch of World Liberty Financial. We're embracing the future with crypto and leaving the slow and outdated big banks behind.
So just as we're talking about the currency, your money system, this will be announced on Tuesday, the 16th. As you can see,
Join me live on Twitter Spaces at 8 p.m. this September 16th for the launch of World Liberty Financial. We're embracing the future with crypto and leaving the slow and outdated big banks behind.
so that's just information for you. This was sent to me. I think it was Carol or Gina. Could be Lisa. I got a lot more things that people sent me that I'm saving. I'm saving because of the dates. I mean, I'm looking at stuff right now. I had people sending me stuff. If you know about the billboard that they put out, it says October, the Four Horsemen Ride, October 8th, I believe. It says the Four Horsemen Ride, October 8th. If you go 10 days from October 8th, it would be the 28th. So, like I said, this stuff, Costco is selling emergency food. As you can see right here, Apocalypse. Do they know something that we don't? Costco is selling this.
Like my happiest place in the world to be. And I've never seen anything like this before. They have buckets that they're just calling emergency food supply for 132 servings. And what is included in this bucket? I guess this is for when the apocalypse hits, which could be any time now, right? Who knows? We get teriyaki rice, a 6-serving pouch, pasta alfredo, 6-serving pouch, cheesy macaroni, apple cinnamon cereal, tomato soup.
Well, the reason why I have these videos as a watchman, you're supposed to prepare the people for upcoming things. You're supposed to warn the people. And as I said, with the situation with the solar flares, power could go out. Just be prepared. Just be prepared. Prepare yourself. And that's why I have these videos, information for you. Now, I did show this right here. These are tropical storms coming. These are tropical storms that are coming, that are forming in the Gulf. Tropical storm watch issued for Mexico. Potential, and it says down here, there's 6 right here, potentially. Tropical cyclone 6 has formed over warm waters in southern Gulf of Mexico over the next over 2 months left in 2024 hurricane season. There's 2 months left, and they're expecting a lot more. They're expecting a lot more. I believe Carol sent me this. But yes, there is more coming. There's more coming off Africa. Now, this is what Mike from around the world had to say, and you can listen to him. He's saying the same thing. Be prepared. So I will play it.
Mexico is going to be a rainmaker for a great war. Harris and Kelly ticket, right? It's going to be a Harris and Kelly ticket. That sounds, well, I suspect that's what that's going to be. I'll put it that way. And of course, the Trump and Vance ticket. Now, while they have their cases to lay out before the USA, other countries are beginning to feel the tactical squeeze. See, they still have to position for a great war, and it will be a long durational war. It's not going to start with all of a sudden. Right? It will begin with some surprise attacks. Be ready for that, please. Right now is a good time to be prepared for that, mentally, by way of your soul. Right? Settle some things in your hearts as soon as possible. Leave nothing to chance.
Good seeing you, Gina. Thanks for all you do, Gina.
Because these guys are planning for real. You really are. And when the USA is hit back to back with bouts, we have 6 storms in the making that are for the USA, right? Right now, 6 patterns that are quite familiar. Given some of the conditions of the earth right now, these are going to be quite hefty. All right, the Gulf of Mexico.
Said the Gulf of Mexico, as I said before, this is Luke, this is Isaiah. This, as you can see, it says waves roaring. Jesus said this. the seas and waves roaring. This is the birth event. This is the water event. This is the water event. You have the pains, and then you have the water event, the birth of the man-child. So water event, and as you can say in Isaiah, and another, this is that what I'm saying, the people that live in Texas, the Gulf, the Gulf of Mexico, the people that live down there, just be prepared, whatever it is. This is in Isaiah, says the burden of the desert of the sea as whirlwinds pass through, hurricanes pass through, they cometh from a desert, from a terrible land. This will be coming in the Gulf of Mexico from the south. Whirlwinds pass through the south, right here. Jesus also said this in Luke chapter 12 about the heat. He also said 21 about the waves roaring. It says right here, says, pangs upon a woman in travail, dismayed. I was dismayed at seeing of it. I was dismayed. So he says 6 are coming, as I showed you.
These guys planning for real. They really are. And when the USA is hit back to back with mountains, we have 6 storms in the making that are for the USA, right? Right now, 6 patterns that are quite familiar. Given the some of the conditions of the earth right now, these are going to be quite hefty. Right? The Gulf of Mexico is going to be a rainmaker. More rains are coming, even right now, today. More rains are coming, overcast, things like that. But the rain is going to begin to build. There will possibly be about 4 derechos that will rip through the country. That'll take about a week for them to get, to really get through. But one of the main things I want to talk to you guys.
Well, as I said, it's going to be about a week. As I said, that's around the 17th. We'll see what happens.
About is some brand new. There are some instabilities. Not dealing with Yellowstone. It has nothing to do with Yellowstone. Okay, zero to do with Yellowstone. But there are geological problems on the West Coast as we speak. Now, to what extent, I don't think anybody knows yet. I really don't. But I suspect people are going to be in trouble in areas of the West really soon. And it's not, it's very difficult to predict this, to predict, any type of calamity dealing with geology on the West Coast. That's very difficult because it's very difficult to really map out all the interactions of the crust of
Serena, good seeing you.
and the elements inside the earth, right? But I will say Washington State, right? When you start going up towards that area, into Canadian waters, it is and near Alaska, places like that, it's very volatile, very active. And it's only a matter of time before some of those forces actually begin to breach the surface. There are notable changes of temperature on the seafloor around those places. Differences of salinity. All of a sudden, current changes, right? All these things are happening all at once. And in fact, they've been happening in the last 24 hours. I would say 26 hours. So something deep within the earth is causing these topical changes. Not tropical, topical changes. There are lots of volcanoes or potential exit ports on the West Coast where these conditions, these degrading conditions, could actually begin to breach the surface. And again, you can forget a warning. When you hear the sirens, you're going to have about, if something were to ever happen, you guys hear those sirens, there's no warning. You're going to have about, 6 minutes? 6 minutes before full breach of the land territory. I'm talking this way because there was a simulation done about, multiple simulations done. And it looks like a three-way crack will form on the West Coast. I hate to sound like it's absolute, like it's really going to happen that way, but it more than likely will happen that way. It will. But the main thing to remember is this. The entire earth right now is having these, changes. Right? I believe they go hand in hand with the iniquity of mankind. That's according to Scripture. I do believe in the Scriptures. I can see the truth of how one would be linked to the other. In fact, we are also linked, not like the tree huggers say. No, not like that. But we're linked by way of our authority and God's intervention wherever we are. That is bound to change the geology.
So, as I said, this was just be prepared. People on the West Coast, just be prepared.
And the game comes down to this one play, a final field goal. The kick is up, it hits the crossbar, and out! Anarchy, the end of civilization, coming soon to an America near you.
America can't collapse. We're as powerful as ancient Rome.
It's pretty funny because
To an America near you.
America can't collapse.
this episode right here was season 2409, which both of these are September 2024.
Collapse. We're as powerful as ancient Rome.
Take a look at this. The modern world, an inexorable march of progress.
Sweet.
Or is it? We are slaves to the system. Close the supermarket and we starve. Cut off the tap. We drink our cat's blood. Who will survive in this new world? The man who is prepared.
Well, that's what they, like I said, that's what they show. And I get the warning.
Good evening. It is with great sadness I inform you that America and China have declared war, and a massive nuclear attack is expected to reach our shores within the hour. That's the sort of hypothetical emergency today's disaster preparedness drill is designed to get us ready for. All Springfielders should now move off the streets and inside their homes. Please avoid the superstitious panic which marked the recent lunar eclipse.
What's up? Going crazy again?
I wish. Son, the best way to explain this is to show you some age-inappropriate movies.
As you can see right here, Los Angeles, they have it right here. Ruins of Pasadena right here. Los Angeles.
Games Catching Fire, X-Men Days of Future Past, Ender's Game, The Road.
So, good seeing everybody. Good seeing everybody. I'm great to see everybody. So, yeah, just be prepared. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, I just wanted to bring this information to you. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of solar flares going on in the earthquakes. And we're having a roughly in about 7 days, we're going to see a lot more hurricanes. And as I showed you the articles on it. I showed Mike from around the world. You can look at any of the hurricane predictions, and they have all of them coming here roughly in about 7 days. So we'll see what happens this weekend, and just be ready. Thanks to my mods, the mod squad. You guys do a great job. Good seeing everybody. Ed, good seeing you, brother. Good seeing you, brother. Good seeing you, Todd. Good seeing everybody. Stacy, Twin Life. Thanks to my mods. You do a great job. Keep looking up. Won't be long. We know what's going to happen. The Bible says in 1 Thessalonians, it says, we won't be, that day won't come us on as a thief. We'll know the day approaching, as the Bible says. Good seeing everybody, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, like I said, if you live in the Gulf of Mexico, if you live in California, I would be prepared. The Simpsons even had a episode about eating cats and dogs. Very interesting. So good seeing everybody. God bless. Thanks to my mods. Betty, good seeing everybody. Serena, good seeing you. Etna, good seeing my mods. DJ, greatly appreciated. Keep looking up. Nia, God bless.